Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of Coding for Cure, where you will learn the basics of coding in Python while helping the Cure Foundation in their mission to fight childhood cancer. In this video, I go over the basics of Tkinter, a Python package used to create GUIs or graphical user interfaces, and we will go over some basic functions of Tkinter and how they relate to our code. All profits from this course will benefit Cure. I'll have a donate link posted in the description of this video for anybody who wants to donate. But without ado, let's get started. So first of all, what is a GUI and why is it important? A GUI, or graphical user interface, is what you see on any app or software, such as Google Docs, PowerPoint, Google itself, and many others. The programs that we have currently been writing are just plain code, and although they work very well for somebody who might have experience in coding, somebody who does not have experience in coding will have difficulty reading or using the app. Hence, we make GUIs with buttons, text fields, and other functions that are really easily used. GUIs are quite an important part of coding in the professional world and have been widespread since their inception in the 1970s. In the image above, there's an example of a GUI, in this case from a Windows computer. So, what is Tkinter? Tkinter is a nice and easy to use Python package that we can first use to create GUIs for our Python programs. We can use Tkinter by importing it into our code by writing import Tkinter. Let's do that now. Now, let's import Tkinter as TK. To do this, we'll write import Tkinter as TK. And why I'm writing TK is to make my coding a bit more simpler. In Python, you can import a package as any sort of string that you want just by writing as and then whatever name you want after writing whatever package you've written. So that's pretty simple. Next, let's do some basic house setting things such as writing def main, where we'll put all of our code. For now, we'll just put a print code is running for now, just to make sure that it doesn't throw any errors. And then we'll have a if underscore underscore name underscore underscore is equal to these, then run main, just like that. So that's the basic part of our code. Next, let's do some basic things to set up our Tkinter window. Let's first create our main window where we place all of our objects such as buttons, text fields, menus, entry fields, and so on and so forth. We'll then create our main loop, which allows things to be clicked throughout the program. Without main loop, things can only be clicked once or may not even work at all. Let's set these up quickly now in the code. So now let's create our main window. To do this, we'll first set up our main window as main win, my personal favorite, convert to root. Main win is equal to tk tkinter, the tkinter package, dot tk. tk.tk basically creates a new window, and that window will have all of the objects such as buttons, labels, entry fields, and such will all be stored within this window. And now let's write our main win dot main. So this main win dot main loop ensures that any code that is in between when I declare main win, the main window, and where I end the main loop will always run while the code is running. So let's title this as main win. Let's next go over some attributes of main window. Since main window is a GUI, we can change many different things in our main window commands. Some of those are with the main window.title command, which changes the title of the window, aka what the program title says above it. For example, when you're working in PowerPoint, the title has what the PowerPoint's name is. You can also change its geometry or the standard size and dimension of the window when it pops up first. And the config, which contains many other commands for Tkinter windows, such as background colors. Before we code this all in, I'll show you the helpful chart for Tkinter colors. While many of the standard colors such as red, green, and blue can simply be gotten by just typing out the string for those, There are a lot of different colors that you may feel interested in using, which are a bit more confusingly named. So here's a chart of many Tkinter colors from WikiPython. On top of this, formats like hex codes can also be used for colors. Let's now put this to use. All right. So next, let's quickly put some different things that we can do to our main win. In this case, let's do main win dot title. Set a title for our main win. In this case, let's do new window. Let's then do geometry. In this case, let's do main win dot geometry. Geometry does not have an end there. Sorry. And then we'll do the dimensions. In this case, let's just do a classic 600 by 600. In this case, your x coordinate is under here and your y coordinate's under here for this string. And then let's do a quick config. Main win dot config. In this case, we'll just set the background color. Background is equal to, let's say cyan. Sounds like a nice color. All right, let's run this code then. All right, there is our window right there. It's not very inspiring right now, but I'm sure we can spruce it up later. Now, let's move on to our first basic object, the label. It's basically used as a title for other objects. It has attributes such as text, or what the label says, font, which is the font the label's text is in, and what size that font happens to be, background, which you'll have foreground, which controls the text color, and background, which controls the invisible box around the text color. We can place our label on the window by using the dot place command and coordinates. Before we do that, however, I'd like to go over a brief deep dive on how the coordinates in Python actually work. Unlike how you may expect, the center of your window is not actually 0, 0 in Python. In Python Tkinter, the coordinates are 0, 0 in the top left corner, and the codes for X or Y, which is what you've set as the Windows geometry. For example, the Windows 600, 600, this corner would correspond to that, would be in the bottom right corner. So for example, the blue text over here is put at 0, 0, and the green text is at 600, 600. As you can see, they are in their respective corners. Now, let's use this knowledge to create and place a label. Let's create a label. Where the E and L went backwards, but all right. Let's name it new label for now, and we'll have it equal to tk dot label. And we'll do some quick things to the label. First, let's write out the text, obviously. What does it say? We'll have it equal to hello world, just to keep it simple. Then we'll do the font. Let's do times, and then 30. There we go. And then FG, or foreground, is equal to, let's say, just a basic blue. The foreground is actually what color the text itself will be. And then we also have to set our background color, which will be BG is equal to cyan. Why I have to choose background color like this is because in Python, it will act in Tkinter specifically, it will make a little box around whatever text you've made or whatever button you put down. It'll make a box around that, and that box will be defaulted to white. So if you want to mix it with the background, choose the same color. If you want to make it stand out, you can choose color like black or white or gray or something else than your background color. Right. Should be like that. Yeah. All right. Now let's place our label down as we learned. New label dot place. Let's do x is equal to, say, 50, y is equal to 50, right in the top left corner of the screen. Now, let's run this and see if it works. Okay. Hello world, right there in the corner of the screen. So there you have it. All right. Now, let's use our next object, the button. It has largely the same attributes as the label, but also has the uh, command attribute, which can be used to call a method when it is run. Now, let's implement a button into our code. For now, we'll use it to print hello world onto the terminal. Now let's add in our button. We'll write new button is equal to, in this case, since the label and button share a lot of the code, we can simply copy it over. And every command except background will work if you're on Mac, because unfortunately for Macs, the background command does not work. It will stay as a white background no matter what you do. All right, so let's put in the statement that's unique to buttons. Command is going to be equal to whatever we'd like. In this case, I'm going to create a new method that prints hello world, just to show you guys how that would work. Command is equal to a method called print hello world. I would let that be a lambda command. The reason why I'm putting lambda in front of it is because it needs to be a lambda command, or else the button can only be pressed once and then never again, basically. So then we'll define it over here. Define this as just simply print hello. Then we will run this. Wait, first we gotta place down the button. Almost forgot. We'll just take this command, put it down here. Then we'll do this at 300. Let's run this. Okay, one more thing. Just change this from tk.label to tk.button to indicate a button. Right. Let's see if our button works. Okay. Oh my, I have forgotten to change this to new button. There we go. Let's run this. Now our button's in the right place, and when we press it, the word hello world is outputted into the terminal. How cool is that? Next, let's move into our final basic object, the entry field. It's a field where the user can input data, which you can get with the .get command. Let's use this to create a program where the user can write text into a field, which can then be printed by the click of a button. All right, let's move on to our final field, the entry field. So the entry is just like the button and label shares a lot of the same things. Just title it entry for now. Got to bring down the main window main loop. That has to be the end of everything. And let's copy these two commands from the button and just change them up a little bit. Because again, almost everything in Tkinter shares the same core commands. Set 150 a bit higher. We'll just remove the text from here. Don't want it to say anything when it starts. We'll change it into an entry. We'll remove the lambda command. We'll add the background command to be equal to cyan. All right, now let's see if this works. Click run. Look at that, our entry field appeared. Inside of our entry field, we can write any text we want, such as hello. Now, this isn't really do anything. We can make this into a pretty interesting program. Let's try and make a printer here. First, instead of our label being hello world, we can title our program as printer. Why is it a printer? It prints stuff into the terminal. All right, so we'll change our window as well to be printer. And we'll change our button to say print. Why? The aim of this is to allow the user, whenever they type something into the entry field, by pressing the print button, they're able to print whatever's in the entry field into the terminal. So we'll just make it, instead of saying print hello world, we'll make our command now print new print entry. And now we'll go down to this. We'll quickly write before here new entry. We'll put new entry in here. Or not new entry, yeah. And then we'll define it over here, def print entry. And then we'll just have entry, any entry. This would work for any entry, and we'll simply have it right instead of print entry. We'll write print entry dot get, which will allow us to take whatever's in the entry field and print it out. All right, now let's fix the capitalization on this. And we are good to go. Let's run this. All right, here is our code. So we'll just write hello, press the print button, and it comes out to the terminal. Write anything else, like say bye, and then print. There we go. Took a bit long for some reason. And then one more. Happy holidays. And let's end it off here, guys. Thank you. Thank you all so much for watching. Please try and donate to the Cure Foundation if you can by the link below. And please tune in for the next couple of videos. Thank you so much.